Hi friends, this is the continuation of the last video where we were talking about the PySpark. Okay, so if you have not seen my first video, please go to my PySpark tutorials playlist and check the first one. Okay, that I told you about the basic operation of the PySpark. So from 1 to 7 in the same. So I discussed in very detail about how to create the Spark session, then basic data frame operation, about how to ingest the data, and then how to put that data in data frame, how to get the columns, how to sort the columns, how to put a condition in a column. So here in this example which I have taken a employees data sheet where we have the employee ID, name, department, salary, age, joining date and location. So in the first tutorial I talked about various use cases where how to add new columns, how to delete a column, how to change the naming of a column, and how to filter a column. Like suppose you want to filter all the employees whose salary is more than 5,000. So how we can do that? So filtering and selecting we talked in more detail, and we also talked about the aggregation is very important topic in interview perspective. Okay, so in aggregation we talked about how to apply the count function, sum, average, mean, median, max. Okay, how to apply these? Suppose you want to group the employees with a department, and each department you want to figure out the average salary. Okay, so how to do that, how to apply the group by function, and with the group by function how to do the average. So we have discussed all those things in the first tutorial. Please look over there, and here we are going to some advanced function in PySpark. Okay, so let's go through. So the first thing is sorting and ordering the data. Okay, so we already saw the group by. Using the group by you can group a column values. Okay, and using the order by you can sort a column value. Okay, so suppose this is the question which is asked from us in interview, and they are saying you have a data frame. Basically you have a table, and with the Spark you want to filter top 5 highest paid employees. Okay, so definitely highest paid employees means you have to work on the salary column. Okay, so the first thing what you should do is sort out the salary column in descending order. Okay, so that the first, second, third and fourth and 5 will it will be topmost salary to the lower salary. Okay, so that's what we try to do over here. Data frame dot order by, and then you took a salary. Okay, salary column, and you just put a descending. That's it. Okay, even if you just do this much, it should be able to give you the salary in the descending order in the data frame. Okay, let's do that. Let's see that what it does. Okay, and always remember you have to use the show method in order to show those so that data frame or employees. Okay, so you can see here top 5 salary, and then here you have employee ID. Okay, now if it says like you have to just find out the employee's name. Okay, so just take this and you can use the remove the show method, and here you can use the select method, because this is a data frame, right? And in this data frame you can always apply the select method, and in the select method you can just put the name. Okay, suppose if you don't want to use the department, you just want name and salary. That's it. And you can see here, oh, you have to go top. So that has got the all, and then you got only name and salary. So these are the employees whose salary is they are the top 5 highest paid salary. Okay, using the order by we were able to do that. Okay, so let's see the next question. sort by multiple columns. Okay, so here we have sorted only in one column, okay, only the salary column. Now here we will see how to sort with the multiple columns. Okay, so let's see that. So this is your data frame order by, and you put like both of the columns. So what you are trying to do, you want to not only sorting with the employees top 5 but also their department. Okay, so same thing, you in the order by you just put department and salary both, and salary will be the descending order because department cannot be descending order, right? You just need to group with the department. Okay, department and salary order by, and then simple, because it's a data frame, so you have put a name, department, salary, and so. Okay, so let me see here. So we will get a complete data frame. Okay, I forgot to put the show method. Okay, always remember, put the show method if you want to see the result of data frame. Can you see here? Okay, so here we have got the complete show method, and we can see employee, name, department, salary, age, joining date, and location, and we have sorted with the salary. Okay, so the concept is, if you want to sort with a multiple column in the order by data frame and order by, put all the columns. Okay, and whatever the column you want, ascending or descending order, you can just put a ascending and descending with that column. Okay, so we are good with that, this. And now the next concept comes, joining between data frames. Okay, so suppose we have two data frames, so the question comes how to join those two data frames, right? So you can join two data frames, inner join, where the common attribute of those data frame will be joining, right? Then you have the left join, where from the left side it will take all the values and it will join with the right side of the data frame, and then you have the right join. Okay, so first let's create a new data frame, brand new. Okay, so this is your array. Okay, department data, where you have defined engineering, and this is the salary, and this is the budget, and this is the division, which division the department is there. Okay, so engineering department, this much budget, and this is the division, technology division. Same way the marketing department, this is the budget, and then it is the part of the business division. Okay, so here you create a new data frame, spark dot create data frame, department data, you kept it here, and give all the column names. So here you should be able to see the new data frame which we have created. Okay, so this is our new data frame, and if you check our old data frame, what is this? Let me put it here. I cannot put all because it's too many. Okay, so this is our older data frame. Okay, so in these two data frame, which column is the common? Department. Okay, so we will join with the department column. Okay, and then here we will see all three joins: inner join, left join, and right join. So the first is inner join. What it does, it will give you the only matching records. Okay, so in interview you can get such type of problems like there are two tables. Okay, and one is employee table, another one is a department table, and you want to know the employees, okay, and their budget and division. Okay, so basically you will join these two, they will ask you to join these two tables. Okay, so in inner join we will only get the matching records. So how to do that? Here you will use the method, join method, df.join, and then first data frame. Okay, df.join your data frame which you have created, and which field you want to make a join, department field and inner. Okay, so basically this much is enough for you to make a join. Okay, so and dot show, if you do, so what it will do, it will give all the common attributes in both of the data frames. Can you see here? So now you have the department, employee ID, name, salary, age, joining date, location, budget, and division. Okay, now if you want to select some particular column, so you can just put here dot select, and then whatever you want to say, name, department, salary. If you don't want here budget and division, you can just remove it. Okay, suppose I just want name, department, and salary. What happened? Oh, we should not put the show 5 here. Okay, so you got name, department, salary, and budget. Okay, so I hope this is clear for you, how to do the join operation and how to do order by. Similar way for left join and right join, this keyword will change. Okay, instead of inner, it will be the left join. Okay, the next concept is how to write SQL queries. Okay, so in Spark, so the first thing is what you need to do, your existing data frame, you can create a temporary view. Okay, so you can see this is your existing data frame, this is also your existing data frame. You created a temporary view, create or replace temporary view with the employees and departments. Okay, now what you can do, you created this view in terms of employees, in terms of departments. Okay, and now you can create a query thinking like this is a table. Okay, employees is a table and department is also a table. So let's do that. So SQL results is, and remember you have to write the SQL like this, is spark.sql, and select department. I mean select department. If you just put here count asterisk as this means it's a little complex query. Okay, but basically you can just write the SQL query inside that. So you can see here, if I run in, it's running properly, complex SQL with join. Okay, and if I just want to write a small query, okay, just put it here. Okay, Spark select, I just put here select asterisk from employees E. Okay, that's it. Okay, and let's see what it does. Okay, I just need to do one thing. We have to do the show also, right? So without show it will not work. See, that was little complex, but here if you see here what we did, I just wrote a Spark SQL inside this. Okay, select, basically I'm just printing the whole employees table. Okay, what is employees table? Employees table is nothing, just a employee data frame, and employee data frame is basically the data which you have loaded, the employee data. Okay, good. So instead of writing the complex like inner join the way we did it over here, if you don't want to remember all these commands or df.join, you can just create a temporary view the way we have created over here. Can you see here? Okay, and when we created a temporary view, we basically got a table, and you can write SQL queries just using this keyword. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, now let's see one more important concept in Spark SQL, and that is the handling the null values. Okay, so suppose if in any column you have the null values, how to show like how many null values are there, how to count it. Okay, so here you can see you use this method null counts, df.select, you are selecting the columns, df.select spark count when column this is null. Okay, for C in df.columns. Okay, so basically what you are trying to do over here is you are selecting a column. Okay, and in that column you are putting a condition whether the column is null or not. Okay, and that one you are renaming as a column C. Okay, so you can see over here. So you will see, so in my table, like each column has got the values. Okay, our data set, if you see over here, so everything has got data, so we didn't get any null counts. Okay, now let's come to another. It's a very simple method, so I'm not taking much time over here. Now let's come to very important concept in PySpark, and that's the window function. Okay, so till now you have seen, if you want to filter anything in this table, you can filter using the column. You can use the data frame dot filter. You can filter it, you can sort it, you can group also. But what is the window function? Why do we use it? So when we do a grouping of a data frame, okay, so when you do a grouping of the data frame, it will basically squeeze your row. So suppose in my table, if you see here, we have something called as a department. Okay, and we have suppose 5 different types of department, and when you group your data with the department, what it will do, it will create 5 rows, right? Engineering, marketing, it will create 5 unique rows. And then for like with, if you group by department and you want to calculate the sum of the salary in each department, you can apply the sum aggregation function in the salary. Okay, or if you want to calculate the average age in each department, you can group by the department, and then what you can do, you can put a aggregate function over the age. Got it? So here, but the issue happens when you group it, it will reduce the number of rows. But suppose if you have such type of a situation where you want to calculate things in the grouping, but at the same time you do not want to reduce the number of rows, and there only the window function comes in handy. Okay, how windows function will do, it will create a rank for you. So if you see here, when we did the partition, so what we do here, instead of grouping, we say as a partition. Okay, so when you partition with the department, okay, so what it does, it created a new column called as a rank. Okay, and here if you see, all the engineering things came together, and what you did it, you created a rank over here. Okay, unique value 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, and then finance also grouped 3 finance 1 2 3. Similar HR only 1 1. Okay, so like that you created a rank. You basically grouped with the engineering, and here your salary is intact, salary in the descending order, and then you created a ranks also. Okay, now somebody says in engineering department, a person who is having the 3rd highest salary, what was his name? So with this way you can easily get it. But if you think like group by, how you will do that? In the group by, definitely you can find out the average salary of the engineering department, right? But in the group by function, you cannot find out the 3rd highest salary of in engineering department, right? So if you want to find out the 3rd highest salary in the engineering department, the easy thing is you can use the window function. You can partition with the department. Okay, and same, because you are descending the salary, so you can do that, and then once your rank is there, you can easily figure out who is the guy. Okay. Okay, now let's come to more writing data to files. Okay, so how to write your data to the file? So these are the things are there. df.read, we were using df.read.csv, we were using to read the file. Okay, same way, if you want to write the file, df.write.mode and then .csv and give the path of the csv. Okay, similarly, if there is a Parquet file you want to write it, you have to just write df.write.mode and Parquet file format. Okay, so I'm not writing it over here because it will unnecessarily create another dummy copy over there, but this is the way you can write it. Now let's talk about some of the basic string operations, okay, in PySpark, string and date functions. So if you want to create like in a string, like in a column, suppose you have the department column and you want to keep all the department labels in uppercase, okay. Let's see over here what we can do in our sample thing, okay. Or we want to change the name in the uppercase, or we want to change the name, all the name in the lowercase, right? So such type of string operation you can easily perform over here. Let me okay. So df string, you are creating a new data frame with this df dot with column. Df dot with column is basically used to with the column method is used to create a new column. You remember I told you in the previous tutorial, and you are creating a new column here, name upper, okay, and then this is the value. What is the value you are providing? Upper, and with the name column. So you can see here in this data frame df strings. Okay, let me do one thing, it will be more clear for you. I'm just commenting this and I'm just putting the okay, I'm just putting showing you the complete data frame. So you can see over here the whole data frame here, employee ID, name, department, and everything. And here you can see a new column has been created with the name upper. Similar way, a new column has been created with the name lower, okay. And similar way, new column has to be created with the name, length of the name, okay. So these are the string, the basic string operation you can perform with and you can create a new column with this, okay. Similar way for the date also, if you want to do these operations, so you have to import these date functions, and then if you want to format your date like in terms of YYMMDD, okay. So if you see here joining date, you have formatted in the form of a okay you join date formatted, you have basically did this YYMMDD, okay. Then join year, if you just want to put as a year. So you just need to remember one thing, with column is used to create a new column, okay. So these are the new column which you are creating, join date formatted, join year, join month, and days employed, okay. On the right side you are providing the value of that, okay. Now how you are going to provide the value? You are going to use a existing column, that existing column is join date, okay. Now in the existing column you are doing some applying some function. The year function will get the year of the date, month function will give you the month of the date, okay, and to date function will basically put the date in the YYMMDD format, okay. And here you are calculating the in the new column days employed is calculating with date difference. So you can see this, we got all these, okay. Now some of the best practices let's go through with the PySpark, okay. Okay, you select early, select only the columns you need to reduce the data transfer. Very important when you work on the PySpark, because in your data frame, suppose in my data frame, right, we have multiple columns here, okay. But if you keep the whole data frame all the time, right, the problem will happen, it has to use that much memory each and every time. Even we are just interested in the salary column and employee column, right. So think like that, you just want to get the average salary of each department, okay. Now which column you are interested? Only on department and salary, right. So you don't need to keep all the data frame with you, okay. So remember, whatever the column you are looking for, work with those columns. So what happened, it will release lot of memory for you and your processing will be very fast, okay. So you select early, same way, use filter early. Okay, so whenever you think some data is not needed for you, okay, or you may be interested in only few departments, like you just interested on sales and marketing department, then you don't need to carry the whole table with you. Okay, just filter with those departments and keep that data. Okay, avoid collect, don't collect large data frames to the driver. Okay, cache wisely. Okay, so see whatever the things which you want to cache it, maybe you can use it later. Okay, so accordingly you can use the dot cache or dot persist function. Okay, partition properly, choose the right number of partitions for your data size, right? Like in my last thing, when we were doing the sorting, I showed you how to do the partition with the department. Okay, use built-in functions rather than creating your own functions, because built-in functions are more optimized. Okay, and monitor your Spark UI jobs. Okay, and this is very important, stop Spark session when it is done. Okay, so these are the 10 best practices. If you do it, your processing will be more fast, it will be more optimized. Okay, again I'm going one by one. Use select operation so that you will work on only those columns which are needed. Use filter in the columns, so you will have only that subset of data rather than the whole data with you. Okay, cache wisely. Okay, because how much cache you are storing, okay, it is storing in your in memory. Okay, and there is a possibility if your in memory data can fill. Okay, so you don't want to cache everything. So partition properly, like how you want to partition your data in terms of date, in terms of department, like how you want to partition, because if you partition properly, the data retrieval will be easy for you. So okay, because it doesn't need to scan to, like if you put any, if you're writing any Spark SQL, right, to query the data, and if you have partition properly, like you have partition in the form of a date. Okay, now you want to fetch information on a particular date. Okay, and you have already partitioned with the date format, then your query will go to exact date and it will fetch the data from there. It is not going to scan your whole data. So that's the importance of partition, that will improve your performance a lot. Okay, use built-in functions so that because they are more memory and performance optimized. Okay, use broadcast for joins with the small tables, and monitor your jobs. Okay, if anything, any alert, any issues comes, take care of that. And always remember, whenever you are doing anything in Spark, always use the Parquet format. Okay, don't ever use the normal CSV format, because Parquet format is a columnar storage, it takes very less space. You try one thing, take a CSV file, maybe it's a 10 MB, and you convert into the Parquet file. It will be just in the KB. Okay, your size is very small, data is the columnar format, and it's very easy to query. So it gives very less resources, it takes very less resources. Okay, and at last, when you finish your job, stop the Spark session. Okay. Okay, so I think we are good. We discussed in all these topics. Okay, data frame creation, filtering, selection, aggregations, joins, SQL queries, window functions. Okay, so I think we have covered a lot. If you think any particular topic in Spark you need more understanding, just write down in comments, and I would love to make a video for that. Thank you.